Okay, I am having a Murphy's Law day. First my battery died, and then the camera ran out of memory, so I had to stop upload, and now I'm back. See, this is why, remember when I took everything down, I said, well, I'm just going to hurry up and put some heaven and hair just in case, and I'll go around. This is why, because things happen. So what I'll do is I'm going to finger detangle this section so you can see what I do. All right, so just a small section. Again, I'm going to put it way at the root, and I'm just going to comb it through. You know, oh, the other thing you want to do is you want to make sure you don't have any hangnails, because you know there's a couple times when I used to do it, and then I snag my hair on a hangnail. So I'm only going to have time to do this one section for camera space, and then I'm going to rinse it out. I'm going to let it sit for half an hour. I'm going to put a cap on, let it sit for half an hour. So again, at the root, down to the bottom. I'm putting my fingers in right at the root, see? And once it's detangled, I'm not gonna, you know, like I said, I'm not gonna fudge around with it. I'm just gonna leave it. Well, this piece wants to be next. Okay. At the root. Now, I don't remember if I said in the other video, if you want to skip the spot and go to the Deva 1 conditioner, you can. So I'm just gonna keep combing it. As you see, I'm not blending it together. I'm just combing it out. Well, that piece is probably too big, smaller than that. Okay. And I want to do one piece completely so you have some idea of how long it's going to take you to do it. I don't want to just do a couple of, a couple of strands and then say I'll be back. So this way, if I do one section, then you'll have some idea of how long it takes me. And by the roots, and all the way down. And the other reason why I feel like my hair has improvement, sometimes I was looking, it had like breakage at the top, and I just realized part of the problem was, when we condition our hair, very seldom do we take the conditioner all the way to the root. Normally, you take it and you go like this, but you always miss, the hairs up here. So doing it this way, that your conditioner is gonna go all the way to the root. And I have seen a decrease in the breakage, and I think some of that hair that was breaking on the root was because it was so dry, because it wasn't, the rest of the hair was getting conditioned, but the hair by the root wasn't being conditioned. And I will say I haven't come across any knots and stuff that I needed to cut out, so. That might be too big. We'll see. Root all the way to the ends. Oh, I might be able to comb out this piece there. This is good. And it's so funny because we're always, taught to go. Here's the thing. If I get a tangle like here, I find that where I get a tangle and I stop at that point, and then I will work from the bottom up. I won't force that tangle all the way down. I'll try to go down to the bottom and work it out. So you can kind of see why when you pay for the Deva experience, or when you get your hair done, why it takes so long. Because this is how they did it. It was. Now, fortunately, I had Cara and her wonderful assistant working at the same time, so it didn't take as long, but it still took quite a while because they were very, like I said, the way I'm doing, they were just as gentle with my hair as I am, and I like that because, let me tell you something, you know, I've gone to places where they say, oh, you know, you'll say, oh, do you do natural hair? And they say, oh, yes, we do natural hair, and then they're tugging in your hair. And so I feel like, you know, you don't really do natural hair. You are tolerant of people that have natural hair. You know, because then they want to, you know, yank on your head. And the first thing they say is, oh, you're tender-headed. I'm like, no, you're heavy-handed. So that's one thing I did like is that they were very gentle. They treat my hair like I treat my hair. So I like that. And sometimes, even if you don't want to go get a Deva cut, you know, sometimes it is so nice just to have someone else do your hair. It'd be so nice to have someone to scrub your scalp and do your hair and know that they're going to be gentle with your hair and they're not going to be yanking it around and pulling it around. I see that piece might have been a little too big, but we're going to see where we're at. So now when I rinse this out, I am not going to scrub it out like I did the no poo. I'm just going to just gently rinse it out, and I'm not going to do, you know, a lot of scrubbing because I'm going through all this to detangle it. Last thing I want to do is make it mad and get it tangled again. Okay, so I'm looking for a piece, and you can almost kind of follow the line up. You're like, okay, well, this piece right here. And you know, I do end up using a lot of product, and so did they. Again, it comes down, it shows you that the price was really worth it, because not only did they take their time and do what I'm doing, or shall I say, I'm doing what they did. You know, your hair takes a lot of product, especially if you have, you know, hair like mine. Okay. And you see, so far we have not used a comb, not one time, and we are not going to. I think the only thing I use is I use a pick every once in a while, and that's just to lift certain pieces, but that's it. Okay, so I'm gonna comb it, make sure I can get it by the root, and I'm forming it like a, you know, like a, you know. At this point, I can stop using my clips. Now, especially when I get to this, you know, to this area right here, I do apply a little more. All right, see if I feel like I got a little tangle here, so I'm going to go to the bottom. And I'm going to try to work my way up, being very gentle. There we go. Okay, what's it say? Charging. Okay. I tell you, if one more thing goes wrong with this camera while I'm trying to film this, So if for some reason my camera stops, I think you at least have the gist of how I do this. But I would like to get one section done without it cutting off. Now when I rinse it off, I'm still keeping it in sections. I'm going to rinse each section. And then I'm going to keep it in the sections. I just find that that's the only way I can really manage it. I can't really manage it. My stylist told me that over time that it will get easier and quicker, but you know, I trust it, but I don't know how that's going to happen because it seems like each phase has its, you know, requires a certain amount of time if you want to be, you know, if you want to be gentle with it. Okay, so I think maybe my camera's going to last for the last two sections. Yay! And of course, you like me, the hair in the front is always the easiest to do. Okay. Okay, that's going with the other piece. So that is it. As you can see, you already have definition already. So this part's going to get wrapped up. And then I'm going to do the other 4 pieces because I already did this piece, so 1, 2, so I just have the 4 left. And then I will be back.